Alright folks, welcome back. This is Balatro every day, and today we're having trouble getting up our Anaglyph deck. Which is nothing to be embarrassed about, it happens to a lot of people at some point in their lives. As always, you can get the seed from the video description, and when you're ready, let's go gold stake Anaglyph deck. Alright, first boss, diamonds. There is an investment tag for the big blind. Could be a spade flush, could be discard trying to get higher spades. Something that I've been experimenting with lately is thinking about, okay, if we've got 6, 5, 3 here, low spades, maybe we throw away the low spades and try to get a better flush. I guess maybe you would be going for a diamonds flush, but maybe the 8 of diamonds, 5 of diamonds is not that much better. Let's try it. Okay, so we drew... this is worse. This is definitely worse, right? We've got 7, 5, and 4 here. So the idea is, even if we don't get the flush right away, we were going to have to play 2 hands anyway, so maybe it comes out the same. Though I guess there is a chance we could draw some high hearts. Maybe there's some consideration for throwing away the 4, but I think at this point, if I only have 1 discard left, maybe we keep the 4. Okay, we got lucky, to be honest, but that's why we take the risk. Nice. Alright, could be Matador. Matador is Eternal Rental. We do get the money right away. We can get 32 bucks right away. I guess if Matador wasn't a rental, I would take it. Eternal Matador, I would take it if it wasn't a rental. I think it's worth the Joker slot. But maybe as a rental, that's not something that I need to be doing. Probably. It's like 32 bucks every 2 antes, so maybe like $3 per round on average. I think on average maybe it's not worth it. Alright, let's look inside the Buffoon pack. Maybe some consideration for the Saturn card in the shop. This is not great. So could be Erosion here, could be Todd as a rental. I guess we take Todd because it's useful right away. So there's some consideration here. We could take a Saturn card. Saturn allows us to one-shot the boss. We can skip to the boss. We can use... we could play a straight. If we do that, then maybe we don't need Todd. Or maybe we hold on to Todd just in case. Definitely Todd is enough on its own. I just maybe don't want to pay the rental fee. The straight level can be useful in Ante 2 as well. Let's go next. Alright, so we could try to go for the clubs flush. I would need 3 odd cards if I want to one-shot with the flush. Maybe we could go for some kind of middle straight. Maybe middle straight. I don't think I keep the 3s. I don't think we go for a full house. This is less good. We could try to get hearts as a flush. We could keep trying to go for the straight. I would be looking for a jack specifically, is maybe not super easy to pull off. That's kind of the same as going for a full house. So the straight wins if we draw it, but maybe the straight is too difficult. Maybe we just go for the hearts flush. Or actually, so this 2 odd cards doesn't win. We could get either a 5 or a 10. We used up 2 10s already. I think it's worth it to go for the 5. Alright, and then this straight wins even without Todd, because we have a level 2 straight. Okay, so that saved me $1, I guess. Maybe. Not having to pay the rental fee. Going into the next round, we can play a straight. We could play 2 straights and that wins. Could take 4 Fienders here to help us set that up. Maybe these booster packs. I don't know. Maybe I'm not super interested. Maybe I want a standard pack. Rental fee takes me down to 29. Maybe I want to save money for the hand size. Or Maybe I want to start opening booster packs for value generators. Maybe I want to save money for re-rolling for jokers. I guess with 4 Fienders, if we can play straights, we're chilling. So maybe it's fine. Go standard pack. Could be a purple jack. Try that. So I can play a low straight, which is not a whole lot of points, and that's okay. Any straight wins, I can discard the jack. So here, because we have the 4 Fienders, I need any 4 or 8. Could be a wheel. Okay, so I can play this straight if I want to drop the 4 Fienders. If I want to not pay the rental fee, I could try to get a natural straight and then sell it. Maybe that's slightly greedy. Maybe I'm supposed to keep it. That way I have enough resources to win the next round. Probably we should pay the rental fee. Probably. So yeah, let's just pay it. And let's not use the wheel yet because this is a perishable rental. Maybe. I always make that mistake. I always use it too early. Could be red card, could be scary face. I think in this case now maybe we don't need the 4 Fienders. So let's do this. Let's go red card as a rental is probably fine. I would say we could do it. And the thing that tells me it's okay to do the rental is I already have $25 in the bank, so I already have maxed out interest, so this is probably fine. We can spin the wheel. If we have holographic red card, scary face is pretty good. So we can do that. Now the question is, do I open the standard pack here? With the holographic, I think I don't need the standard packs. We just go next, right? Sure. So there's purple we can discard. And I guess play some kind of hand that has face cards. Could be a flush. Could be this flush. And then the rental fee takes me down to 25. Okay. Could be Hermie, and then we got... Okay, so this is fine. So let's go Hermie first. Maybe Hierophant is not super important. Maybe not worth spending $3 on. We can take the hand size before opening the Arcana pack. We could look inside the standard pack first. So probably Blue Seal, we don't skip it, we take it, and then Arcana. We maybe reroll here. Since we have money, we can reroll for maybe get some tarot cards. Sure. $9 takes me down to 29, that's fine. Could be another wheel. Okay, so wheel, yes, probably. And then there's Temperance for $3. Okay, so here probably we skip for the red card. We could spin the wheel. Ah, never lucky. All right, and then rental fee takes me down to 23. That's okay, I guess. So I can play 3 of a kind, and I just want to draw some face cards here. Pair of faces wins. I guess if we can get a pair of faces. Pair of sevens is not very good. Okay. Could be 2 pair here. And we have the moon in case of emergency. Alright, that easily clears, no problem. Great. Then, could be to-do list on flush, could be raised fist. Probably we take Arcana here. Alright, skip tags. Foil tag we don't need. Boss says hearts are debuffed. Okay. What bosses did we have before? We had diamonds. Okay, so probably we want Arcana. Do I want to purchase anything first? Probably not. What was the last card we used? Last card we used was Wheel. Okay, so this is fine. Could be Hungman, could be Emperor. Usually you skip an Emperor when you have a red card. Maybe because we have the holographic, maybe I'm interested in doing the Hungman here, where maybe normally I wouldn't do that. I can remove a pair of 3s. Sure. And I think we do take the to-do list for the money. I think we hold off on the clearance sale. We can come back for that. I don't think I need the Celestial Pack here for the red card value, and I don't think I need the Fist if I have the holographic. Let's go next. Alright, so could be a flush. Maybe spades instead of hearts. Okay. So there's a flush, which doesn't win, presumably. I can use a moon to play another flush, maybe. Or we can discard the clubs. I guess I kind of want to keep the face cards in hand so I could play a pair, maybe. So maybe let's throw away the diamonds and try to get clubs. Or it could be spades. Let's play... I guess I will play the pair of kings. I guess I don't use the world. We could use the world, we could use the moon in case we get a blackboard in the future. Maybe it makes sense to do that. Or we could just sell it for $1, I guess. Probably not super important either way. So I guess I should check the last tarot card we used was the Hungman. Maybe no world. Maybe we go... Alright, play a pair of kings, keeping the pair of 7s. Next pair of faces wins, or I could play a flush, and then the flush gives me money, but then I don't get the blue seal value. I think I'd rather get the blue seal value, to be honest. So I can throw away an 8. I could throw away... probably not going to get another king. And maybe we don't need the 9. So pair of 7s here for like 500 points. Or, okay. Pair of jacks wins. If we didn't draw the pair of jacks, then you play the flush. But we're safe here. Pair of 6s does not win, by the way. But we should be okay now. We miss out on $4 on the to-do list. I think that's fine. We got $4 one time already. Alright, maybe Mercury I don't use right away. In case we get a Fool inside the Arcana pack. Let's go Arcana. And there's Hermes. So it's okay to use Mercury here. I think the Moon I'm not super interested. Hermes okay. Now we have enough money, we can probably take clearance sale. Check a standard pack. I don't need a holographic, we can skip for the red card. We could spin the wheel again. Maybe to do this on full house. We could reroll one more time. I think with the rental fee, maybe we don't reroll, we just save for booster packs. I can play a full house for the to-do list. Okay, I don't think we get to do the full house anymore. Let's drop the moon and maybe throw away all the low cards. Alright, Priestess is okay. The pair of jacks probably wins. I can discard the rest. I don't think the full house is gonna happen. I guess I could play the full house. We get $4, but we don't get the blue seal value. I think I'd rather have the blue seal value. Let's go spin the wheel. Uranus and Neptune, I probably don't care about. Maybe Uranus is fine to use here. Alright. If this doesn't win, we play the jacks. Alright, so that's like 2,000 per pair, and we have Mercury, and so we can probably beat the boss. High card might work. because we have Scary Face, because we have that extra source of chips. Could be another Hermie. In that case, we have money. We should probably reroll before opening the Arcana packs. Could be a foil. Steven is pretty good. Foil, even though it's perishable. It allows us to do high card maybe. I think we still go one more. Could be Banner. Banner is maybe something that I want to do not at all, I guess. If I didn't have a blue seal, if I didn't already have a foil, if I didn't already have Scary Face, maybe I would consider a banner, but seems like we're good on chips. Maybe 6 cents could be worth something. I think 2 Arcana packs here. Let's save our money for the next ante, maybe. Death card, no targets, so just skip for the red card. Could be Fool for Hermie. Sure. We take those. In that case, do we want to spend $7 on a reroll? Probably not. Probably we have the stuff that we need and then we can reroll next ante. Maybe. Alright, I can discard purple. I am maybe interested in finding face cards. There's another Fool for another Hermie I think is fine to do. Let's do it in this order, I guess. Neptune we don't need to hold on to. I can play the 6, and then we have the foil here, so we got... do that. Sigil, okay, so 1400 for the high card. We can play high card a couple times and end with a pair, just one pair should be enough. Sigil is probably not something that I'm interested in doing. So probably we just sell it. 6 cents or $6. Probably we don't keep it. Probably 1 is enough. Alright, let's try high card ace, and then I'm looking for my face cards. Okay, so that's 13. I could try high card face card here. Is gonna be more, but not necessarily too much more. I do need some pairs to win, or is that not true? Maybe I don't need pairs to win. Alright, pair of queens should be fine. So we can play high card king first. And then pair of queens instead of 4 of a kind queens. I don't think we're going to get there on the 4 of a kind, or at least not right away. So that's fine. Alright. Then Mercury we use first, Hermie we use in case we get a Fool. To do this on flush, probably not going to do flush. We do get a Fool. Yeah. So wait, did we get the hand size voucher? I thought we didn't have enough money for it. Okay, this boss debuffs my face cards. Okay, so Fool, yes. Let's go Celestial. So no Mercury, we can skip. Dinner pack. Gold Seal 9 is kind of interesting. Maybe it's early enough we should take whatever kind of generic value generator I think I take. Jolly Joker's okay. I don't think it's necessary, but we could take it, I guess. Don't need Todd. Could be a cola. Could be a cola instead of... maybe I don't need the Scary Face anymore. I think Scary Face is definitely the weakest that we have right now. $7 for a reroll. Could be Strength on... could be Gold Seal 9 turns into a 10 would be nice. $8 we should not reroll. We should just go next. Save our reroll money for the next shop. Alright, could be we try to get a clubs flush. I don't know if I want to do too many of those, but we can try it. So if we're gonna go for a flush, we should discard spades, I guess. That's not good. So Could be clubs flush still instead of... So maybe I throw away the diamonds here. Maybe I throw away the 7. I'm going to keep the 10. Maybe I strengthen the 10. No flush. Alright. Maybe that means we give up on the flush. Maybe we just play the pair of 5s. And that's fine. Couple of pairs to win here. We can play a pair of jacks. That doesn't win. And then I'm gonna save my strength probably. So go ahead, play the pair of queens. Or I guess I don't have to play a pair. I could play this flush in hearts. Since that's not a flush. Bummer. Didn't get the blue seal. Alright, to-do list on 2 pair. Maybe that's something that we could do. Lovers, probably a little bit too late for Grimpo. Probably not going to do that. So, Celestial Pack we could reroll first. Mercury's okay. Michelle's okay. Okay. Go one more. $7. 2 rentals. Could be Drunkard instead of the to-do list, maybe. Maybe. Let's go one more. Alright, so Plutonium, we got the wheel here. Let's go Celestial Packs. So there's Mercury we take instead of skipping, probably. And then we can skip the rest. Go next. Alright, 2 pairs. So I have a straight. I can discard whatever. Maybe go kings and 10s. Alright, 2 pair already, 7,000. Okay. I guess that's it then. Alright, so how do I want to use my strength? I think I still hold it. A little bit unfortunate on the jack. I think that's okay. Let's play the 2 pair. She left. That's okay. To-do list on pairs. Alright, that's what we want to see. Seance, we're probably not going to do. Could be Arcana here. Sure. Probably Hermes. So now we have an opportunity. Maybe since we have the purple jack, maybe I turn the 10 into a jack. Maybe I turn the 8 into a 9. We could do 9s and jacks. I think strength here is fine. And then before we go Spectral Pack, let's reroll for some tarot cards. Probably no banner. Maybe mime because we got the blue seal. That makes sense. Alright, go one more. Could be discard instead of Jolly Joker or to-do list. I think I still keep the to-do list maybe. So maybe the discard helps me get the blue seals and helps me get the purple seals. Let's go check a Spectral Pack. Alright, could be gold seal. Probably we go gold seal jack. Even though it's not going to be, even though it's going to be debuffed by the boss, that'll be good for the future. $8, we could probably go one more. Could be Card Shark instead of Jolly Joker, I guess. Alright, and then go next. Instead of Flash Card. Alright, to-do list on pairs. So, could be a pair of jacks. We don't have to worry about the blue seal. We could hold on to 9s in case we get the gold seal. I guess I want to play as many pairs as possible so that we get the to-do list money. That's not good. Even if we play the even pair scores too many points. There's my purple seal. Bummer. And we did not get the gold seal. Ah, well, that's fine. Okay. Could be a throwback. Boss reroll and coupon we're not interested in, but probably throwback is worth it. By the time that we get to the end, maybe we don't need the to-do list anymore. Probably we're in a position where we want to be forcing pairs and not doing the to-do list, so maybe to-do list is out. Before we open the booster packs, we could do a little re-rolling. Could be a Mercury card here. The last card I think was Hermie, so maybe you don't use Mercury right away in case we get a Fool. Could be a gold ace we can take because of the mime, and then maybe re-roll here before opening the Arcana pack. Erosion doesn't do anything. We got a nice amount of money. I think we go Arcana, so I can use this Mercury card. Probably we want to make a gold card because we have the mime, and I think we might also be interested in making a steel card. Could be a steel jack. Could be a gold jack. Let's go. All right, Mercury's fine. Let's go gold jack, and then steel 9. And $7 for a reroll, sure. Maybe I'm supposed to wait until Steven's done because Steven's perishable. Let's go next. Alright, so we don't get any benefit from spamming hands. So let's just win as fast as possible, maybe. So if I do another one, it doesn't quite win. I don't want to play the 9s. I can play these 9s. And I can finish with the jacks. That's the idea. Oh. Yeah, I guess 6,000 times 3 is like 20,000-ish. Oops. Alright, there's a death card, and we can hit the road if we want. Probably do that. That sounds like fun. So take a death card. Let's go Spectral Pack first. Could be Ecto here, I guess. Okay. Hit the road. Arcana. We don't reroll when you have the death card. Probably copy the blue seal here. So I guess we can turn a 2 into a jack. And Temperance for $9, or do we want to skip? I guess Temperance is fine, especially if we got the blue seals. Could be a free reroll here. Not technically free, it's a rental. We got could go one more. Spaceman is probably not the move. Alright, purple we can discard. Alright. Chariot. So probably we save that for the blue seal. We can make a Zoolander. I can play a pair of aces. Okay. I can play a pair of jacks without winning. For sure. I have a blue steel card. Now we can play the pair of queens. That's it? Play a pair of queens. Yas. Alright, it might be over. So let's not use Mercury yet in case there's an Arcana pack. There could be a Fool. Take a Juggler. What's in here? Could be take a steel card, skip the rest. Could be a death card. So probably you want to use Mercury. I do want to use Hermie, and then I can copy the steel card. Now we got more jacks. We got 8 jacks. Driver's license is a perishable. We could go reroll. Lovers, no. $6. Maybe Mercury. I guess we are forced to use it. Maybe there's a chance you draw the purple seal. Anyway. There's the purple seal. If this is a fool, we get punished. What are the chances? Throw away the king. Alright, so I have a blue seal in hand. I want to discard purple. Emperor Moon probably doesn't matter, but it's probably okay if we want to do it. So that's fine. Hierophant also probably doesn't matter. So I can play this pair of jacks. I could discard to try to find a gold card. Maybe. I should have discarded the 9. Anyway, this wins. Okay. And then Mercury's fine. And then we got $12 cash out. Okay. We probably don't want a standard tag. Maybe you could take a standard tag and you get a bunch of skips for the red card. Maybe. Boss says face cards face down. That's okay. Wasteful voucher's good. Could be a blue too. If we wanted to have more blue seals is probably fine. Even though it's anti-6. Arcana we can reroll. No shoot the moon probably. Even though we have a mime. Emperor gives me a hungman. Alright. So could be another death card. Could be 20 bucks. 4 and 3 we can hang them. Could be a glass card, so maybe could be a glass 10, could be a glass 9. Glass king, maybe not. I don't have to use justice here, but I will. Probably making another steel card is going to be better than just getting 20 bucks. So maybe you go earn a 6 into a 9. And then go one more. Alright, we get the devil. We can make another gold card. There's another death card. Go next. So, alright, steel card in hand. That one, we are forced to hold on to it. The next pair wins. So there's... I could use death to copy gold. I could use death to copy steel. Steel is better for the end game. I guess gold is more fun in the short term to make more money. I guess I'll make steel. I guess in round 15 we should be making steel. Even though maybe that's not super exciting. Alright. Hyro doesn't matter. There's a steel 9. Alright, so Pyro we said doesn't matter. I just use a death card. I could do play the jacks, keeping the 2s. I guess with all the steel cards, maybe the rest of the stuff doesn't matter super much. Alright, could be DNA as a source of more steel jacks. That seems probably worth it. Let's go Arcana first. Could be, there is no Fool here, so I guess Mercury's fine, and then skip for the red card. Probably skip for the red card doesn't matter anymore since we have all this, since we have the mime. Red card doesn't matter anymore. Maybe red card you just sell it, actually. Maybe. So, probably we can sell it. What would be a boss I would be afraid of? Maybe the boss with the face down cards. You can't get the steel cards as easily. I think I'm going to keep the red card. The red card for sure works, so let's not tempt it. Alright, could be the world. Maybe you want to have that against the boss. Maybe you want mail and rebate instead of the red card. Nah. Alright, this is fine. I could try to copy the purple. I want to do jacks. we get the devil. I can make some gold cards if we want. Gold seal jack, I want to play it probably. I didn't get to copy a steel card. I think I do copy a gold card. Just to make another jack is fine. Alright, also we didn't draw any steel cards, so good thing we didn't get rid of the red card. Could be make a gold card here. Could be play the 2 jacks, and then I don't need this king. I don't need this 10. Okay, I can play 2 9s. I am expecting this wins, right? So we can make a gold jack, I guess. Okay. Could have played high card, I guess. Maybe would not have mattered. Okay. Could be standard pack. We can skip. I guess you could take purple seal there. Maybe I don't take the purple seal if I just want more steel cards. Here could be Cavendish. I guess we're close enough to the end. We could skip. Maybe we do Cavendish instead of hit the road. Maybe. Well, that doesn't sound as fun, I guess. I guess all of my jacks are steel cards, and so I don't actually want to discard the steel cards. If my jacks weren't steel, I would keep hit the road, but because the jacks are steel, maybe we don't keep hit the road. With Cavendish, we would need to skip twice, which is maybe something we want to do anyway. But then if we skip, we don't get to do as much DNA stuff. Could drop the red card. Oh well. Could be hand size. I think I'm just gonna maybe go one more. I'm looking for a suit changer. Maybe Chariot is okay. Because here I'm going to have a bunch of face down cards, which maybe we don't want face down cards. Alright, so I think I discard the blue seal. I think that's the move. So that I can keep the steel card in hand. Even the gold seal I think I want to discard. So what I want to do is I want to figure out which one of these is spades. Because now if these are my jacks of spades, I have a higher chance of getting the blue seal. So which one is it? Probably this one. Chariot to confirm. That's a blue seal. We can copy it. Okay, so this is a steel card. I can play the aces, and then if this doesn't win, I can play the 9s. Okay. Now we have 7 double tags. And a burger. Burger is useful, I guess. Boss says, well, there's a handy tag. Probably we take a handy tag. Maybe, yeah, that's it. So I definitely want overstock. I guess maybe DNA is bad with the burger. So take overstock here. Center pack. Don't need the purple king. Don't need a tower, don't need a wheel here. I guess we could skip for the red card. I don't think it's super important, so I'm just going to spin the wheel. Never lucky anyway. Go next. So, purple we can discard. 10 bucks is okay. There's a jack that maybe we can copy. Steel copy is better. Let's do that. Okay, so how do we ensure we get as much money as possible? We can play the pair of nines. And then the pair of jacks, maybe? I don't need this steel jack, probably. I don't need either steel jack, probably. I can play these. There we go. Okay. What was the boss again? Oh yeah, boss takes my money. In maybe an uninteresting way. Alright. So, could be a spectral pack. Could be sigil, could be Ouija, probably we skip. Arcana, we can reroll first. We could reroll a lot here because we're gonna get a ton of money. So, could be Chariot, could be we take the Luchador and that helps us with the final boss. I think maybe is something that I don't care about. Could be a Chad. I don't have that many glass cards, but maybe Chad instead of red card makes sense. Maybe. Chad with Idol is pretty fun. Bummer. Alright, could be, let's go Arcana. No room for judgment here. Could be Priestess. I guess I want to use my Chariot on a Jack. Don't need the Plutonium. There's Idol again. Idol on Jack of Spades, maybe? Alright. How much is that? 44 bucks. Alright. So don't need the 9. I don't need this Jack. Or maybe this is the Jack that I copy. The purple seal. Or maybe I like keeping the glass card. Could be a strength card. So I don't... I do have a few 10s left, I guess. Alright, this 2 I probably don't need. I could do strength on a 10 and a queen, or a 7. I don't think it matters. Play the Jack here. Alright, so let's start with, could be this pair of Jacks, could be make a steel Jack here. I'm gonna play the extra card. It cost me an extra buck, but maybe this doesn't win on its own. Close. Alright. Cavendish, we need to skip at least once. Okay. Gristleball's good with the blue seals of the mime, and we do have Shoot the Moon now, which maybe is better than red card. Boss says force the card to be selected, so we could take the Buffoon pack here. Alright, that's it. I guess we could double skip if we want. Let's go Buffoon pack. So there's a Seltzer. Doesn't matter. Take one of these. Standard pack, I don't need the 10. And what do we want to re-roll into? I don't know. Could be a world, make all spades. Could be a baseball card. I guess we have a few uncommons here. Maybe baseball card is Shoot the Moon. If you have just one queen in hand, is the ×2 on its own is actually pretty good. But I guess with 3 uncommons, we take the baseball card. Alright. Could be Baron, I guess, since we have the mime. Could be Baron instead of Cavendish. In order for the Baron to be worth it, you gotta have at least 2 kings in hand. I think we could do with a strength card. I guess that's kind of fun. Maybe. And an Emperor. Or some nonsense. Alright. Mega Buffoon pack. I wasn't really expecting this to do anything very exciting. Though I guess Cola's kind of fun. Anyway. I guess since we got rid of Cavendish, we didn't actually need to skip. Oh well. So there's a king, I probably don't need this many jacks. Okay. I want to save my strength. The moon doesn't matter. So we could discard like this. We get temperance. No queens, that's kind of interesting. So temperance is fine. We can make a gold king as a copy. Alright, so let's try this. Let's try to draw some queens. I could strengthen the one queen. I could wait. I guess against the boss, it's going to force a card to be selected, so I might as well strengthen now. And then play just the pair of kings so we get the gold card value. Okay. And then could be play the steel jacks. That should be fine. Okay. Alright, before we use the Mercury cards, no tarot cards in the shop. That takes us up to level 25, I guess. So, Celestial Pack. Nope. Red Seal, a little bit too late, I guess. Okay, Cavendish is back. Stick with the Baron, I guess. Could be strength here. Maybe. No burger. No tower. Level 27 pairs. Could be a chariot. Does not work against this boss unless we get a hung man, maybe. That could work. There's a trading card. Bummer. Maybe Emperor. Could be a death card. So death is also awkward against this boss because if you have a card being selected and you copy it, then the copy is also forced to be selected. So let's look for a hung man. Fool or death, I guess. Go next. So I could use a fool for strength and we can strengthen 2 jacks, maybe. I guess what we would want is we would want to wait for DNA to select one of the jacks. Is that what we want? Okay. So king is selected. We discard. Jack is selected. So I could do strengthen 2 jacks. And we can strengthen 2 of these. And we can play the king instead of using death. I guess one benefit of the death card is now I can make a pair of kings without having to worry about holding kings in hand. I could play high card, throw away the queen, and then hope that we draw more steel cards. We already win, I guess. I just want that chance of getting more points for fun, I guess. So there's a pair of jacks that we can play. Which wins? There you go. No card shark, I guess. Anyway, got a little fancy there at the end. This was a rough start, I would say. You know, Anaglyph Deck, maybe that's kind of typical, is, you know, once again, you get all these double tags, but if there aren't any skip tags that are actually worth taking, then you're just sitting on them. And the idea is, the more double tags you have, the more worth it some of these less good ones become. So maybe if you've got 6 double tags, I might be willing to take an investment tag in anti-6 or something like that, or I might be willing to take 6 Mega Arcana packs. Maybe not 1 Mega Arcana pack, but 6 at a time. Maybe that's worth it. But definitely the early game can be rough. We did get the early investment tag, so we can't complain too much about that. So after getting the investment tag, then it was this question of, okay, well, how do we score points to survive? And so maybe the first kind of important piece was we had that Saturn card. Just 1 straight level. Very, very powerful. If you have a level 2 flush, a level 2 flush scores about 500 points. So 500 points, that'll be enough to beat the big blind, but not quite enough to beat the boss. And then when you go to ante 2, it takes 2 500-point hands in order to get the 1,000 points. If you have the straight, the level 2 straight will one-shot the boss with about maybe 650 to 700 points. And so against the 1,000 points in ante 2, then you can get 700 points for your straight, and then you can follow up with a flush or another straight, or some combination of pairs if you only need 300 points, or, you know, something like that. So having just sort of that, recognizing that early Saturn card as sort of a way to survive when there aren't very good jokers. It was Rental Todd. If we didn't have the Saturn card, we could also have relied on Rental Todd, with the idea being, you know, maybe you play a flush and then you get some extra chips on your flush, and that allows you to win in fewer hands. And if you're winning in fewer hands, not only is that helping you to just stay alive, period, but also that's maybe you're earning money from having leftover hands, and that leftover money is paying for that rental fee, at least to help you survive the early game. I think the real MVP of this run was the red card. So red card, definitely as a rental, is less good. You have less money, you're buying less booster packs, but that doesn't mean that it's not good. That doesn't mean that it's not still useful to help you survive. We did get the wheel, we did get the early holographic, but even if we didn't get that, we had the investment tag. So if you have the $25 in the bank, you can use that interest money to pay for the rental fees, so you're kind of neutral there. But then also, when you beat the big blind or when you beat the boss blind, you're getting money on top of the interest that you're already getting. You're getting money in addition to maybe extra hands that you have left over. So you can think of all of these different components as ways of paying for the rental fees. Maybe you get a gold card, maybe you don't get a gold card, maybe you get a gold seal. There's all these other different ways to justify it. And then once you have some amount of stability, then okay, you can start opening booster packs. And some of them you skip, and some of them you take value generators. Maybe early gold card you take, early gold seal you take, early blue seal you take, rather than just strictly skipping all the time for the red card. And then once the blue seal showed up, then the run was basically won after that. Oh well. Take care, everyone.